Solomon acknowledges his kingly responsibilities. Hopefully, we acknowledge our responsibility as disciples, as husbands, as wives, as mothers, as fathers, as aunts and as uncles, as friends and as neighbors, and recognize that God gives us responsibilities to carry out within those relationships. And He expects us to give Him glory in those situations so that He can live up to His expectation to give you the successes that He wants you to have. Solomon acknowledges his kingly responsibilities, and he humbly asks God, verse number 9, for an understanding heart, that is wisdom, to judge, that is to guide and direct his people. Is that what we're doing? Or are we reacting to circumstances that come into our lives? Are we asking God to give us an understanding heart, give us the wisdom so that we can guide and direct situations? Or are we spending our lives reacting to situations that we think should not be happening? It's a waste of time. In fact, it only alienates us from the people whom God has given us responsibility to minister to with the wisdom of His Word. We have been called into the greatest possible vocation given to humans. How are we handling it? How are we responding to it? Are we conducting ourselves as maybe ambassadors to the United States? Maybe as governors of particular states? Are we conducting ourselves with the diligence of representatives and congressmen and senators? Are we dignifying ourselves in those capacities as an illustration of the quality that I should be so that God can get glory? So that while giving Him glory, He can provide for me the successes that He has in store for me. We are called to be disciples of Jesus Christ who live a life of devotion to God. We can't let this world get 90% of our time and claim devotion to God. Effectiveness here will enable us to give God glory while He grants us the successes that He promises to give us. Do we realize that sometimes we can be an infringement to the promises of God? Only because we're not making decisions that are based in the wisdom of His Word. Is God getting glory from my relationship with Him daily? Is God getting glory from my relationship with Him daily? Listen, that's going to speak a mouthful. If I want to know, am I headed in the direction of meaningfulness and fulfillment, this is a good question. Is God getting glory from my relationship with Him on a daily basis? And I say that only because we have been given the potential to give Him glory daily. He's given us that. So why would we not be giving God the glory that He rightly deserves? The answer is, my life is not in harmony with the wisdom of God.